Hedera Hashgraph HBAR is revolutionizing a $6 trillion industry, and that is exactly what we're going to be talking about in this video. Just the other day, we saw a huge milestone in regards to this, as we saw BlackRock's ICS MMF, which stands for Money Market Fund, actually get tokenized on Hedera. I think it was around about $25 or $26 billion worth of their fund was actually tokenized through Archa, which use Hedera to do the tokenization. This is a massive step in the right direction, and we've got some really interesting things to share with you guys in this video in regards to the size of the money market fund market. It stands at over $6 trillion. This has really been helped in regards to interest rates, where they're currently at, and the fact that people can pot their money in the likes of bonds, treasuries, and other such instruments that are used to make up a money market fund and essentially gain a decent, quote unquote, risk-free yield from this. But we're actually going to be diving over to a clip from Digital Asset Week London in 2023, where we actually saw Graham, one of the co-founders of Archa, or the CEO of Archa, along with Ami Ben David, who was one of the initial co-founders of Securitize, which is a company that BlackRock own a massive share in, and now, of course, is the co-founder of OnerA, which have partnered with Archa to actually facilitate the tokenization of BlackRock's MMF. So we're going to be playing a clip from, obviously, the Digital Asset Week London, where this is all spoken about, and the concepts and the revolutionary nature of what Hedera is doing with the money market fund world. It's really revolutionizing it, is really stated, and I simply can't overstate enough just how much of a massive deal this is, because the money market fund industry is right now over $6 trillion. Let's start things off with a recap of the announcement that we got in regards to Hedera. So Hedera was selected by Archa, working with OnerA, to tokenize its shares of BlackRock's ICS US Treasury Money Market Fund, MMF for short. This is a significant step in the tokenization of real-world assets on Hedera. What other blockchains do you know that are doing this? Of course, we know there is some involvement with Ethereum, and actually Polygon, they are tokenizing, you know, the likes of Siemens bonds. They have Siemens have issued bonds on Polygon. But Ethereum is simply not scalable, and Polygon has its own issues. Hedera, in my opinion, is an obvious choice for the tokenization of everything. Now, you may be wondering, why is the money market fund world so significant? Well, today it sits at over $6 trillion. These are a number of articles reporting on it. Obviously, this is CNBC. This is behind a paywall, so we're not going to sort of show you guys. It's nearly $6 trillion is sitting in money market funds. Here's where that cash can go next. Money market fund assets reached $6 trillion for the first time. This is absolutely a massive industry that essentially is likely going to be tokenized on Hedera. We're already seeing a massive leap towards that, obviously, with what Archa are doing and actually tokenizing BlackRock's funds themselves. And yes, BlackRock were totally aware that this was actually taking place. We had confirmation from Graham, from Archa, that all parties involved, i.e. BlackRock, would have absolutely known and okayed this to actually take place. It's absolutely huge. We've done previous videos on Archa, sort of really highlighting that they could be a key player in actually enabling Hedera to become the tokenized, the distributed ledger to do the tokenization of real-world assets, because they are regulatory compliant. They're one of the few tokenization security services in the UK that actually have approval from the FCA. And many others. And of course, they're already working with Aberdeen, who are also tokenizing their money market fund, their Sterling Lux fund, on Hedera. You know, there's a lot of sort of really interesting things going on here. But what I want to do now, guys, is actually dive over to a clip of the Digital Asset Week London, and look at what was actually discussed there. And this is an absolutely huge deal. Remember, this is a $6 trillion industry that Hedera is absolutely pioneering and revolutionizing.
What we are doing today is quite unique, because we're actually launching a product that is natively digital, issued on Archa, with a router based on the FinP2P technology, connected to the FinP2P technology, the buy-side router of Tomnext. And then we actually have buyers coming in and buy. And what we want to show you today is a live transaction of what it actually means to buy a money market fund on an interoperable tokenization technology. And this is big, not because of the underlying technology. This is big because the commercial use case is interesting.
So this is really a first, you know, certainly in the money market fund world. Hedera, Archa, OnerA are really sort of pioneering and leading the way. And the fact that Hedera is the chosen blockchain to do all this, you know, this is absolutely huge news. A lot of the news was kind of initially when it came out, it was amazing news. And then obviously with the CoinDesk article and Cointelegraph article, kind of threw a lot of shade on Hedera, I think unfairly. And then you obviously had other communities very jealous and kind of reaching for relevancy that jumped on the bandwagon of all of this. It's really made me want to double down my Hedera content. Let's now dive over to another individual actually talking about why this is exciting. You know, this is a very old market, the money market fund market. And again, with the use of a distributed ledger, you're actually revolutionizing this. Let's dive into the second clip.
Thanks, Sami. So it's strange to be excited about a product that was invented in 1971, which is when money market funds were invented. And they are the original stablecoin. If you really think of predating blockchain, crypto markets, etc., people wanted a full yield-bearing $1 equals $1 asset because at the time banks were prohibited from paying what I would call the market rate of interest. Now you have money market funds that pay, you know, what is we consider the market rate of interest, but they sit on legacy security rails, which means they have a lot of great features. You get your 5+% in dollars, etc., but you can only redeem at the end of the day through your securities account. Then the next day the cash hits your account, and then you have to do something you want to do with the cash, buy securities, wire it out, etc. So it's on an inefficient rail, it's on a legacy rail. So when we take a product that is as old as a money market fund and put it on a modern rail, we can do all of the things that Graham was describing, things like encumber it, things like, you know, I can get interest all the way up until the point that I need to make payroll 30 minutes from now, and then I can sell it in a secondary market transaction or redeem it, and I can create that kind of cash efficiency. Now, again, if interest rates are zero forever, very difficult, but you know, my personal view, and I've spent quite a long time in macro and markets, it's very unlikely we're going back to zero interest rates anytime soon. So we're really taking a product that had these great features invented before I was born and now moving it onto a modern rail and unlocking more features, which will add to the value of money market funds.
So this entire industry is really being revolutionized with the use of distributed ledger technology. And again, Hedera's pioneering this. It's at the forefront of it. Hedera is probably one of the only distributed ledgers that can actually do this because it's fit for purpose. It's scalable. It's cheap to use. It's got a great fee model. You know, institutions feel comfortable using it because of the governing council. I am not any one distributed ledger maximalist, but I am really a massive fan of Hedera. Hedera is actually my largest cryptocurrency holding because I just see so much potential in it. And with a lot of other cryptocurrency projects out there, there's a lot of talk. Hedera is actually doing it. And we're seeing constant proof of that. And it's sad, everything that happened last week, really, when you come to the surface of it, because we should all be trying to work together. And there was a lot of jealousy, I think, that came up in regards to people that are backing other horses that, you know, obviously took the opportunity to get on a bandwagon that was never really there in the first place. Let's talk about them actually talking about the fact that Hedera is the thing to do this, show a quick demo of this, and then we're going to wrap the video up.
When I was talking earlier this day with Matt from Goldman Sachs, he was talking about how this market scales. You need products that people really, really want, and you need the products that scale, and you need them in production. So let's see what production looks like. Anthony? So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a live trade over the FinP2P network. Again, the tokenization engine is sitting on Archa. The blockchain used is Hedera.
Yep, that's right.
Right?
It uses Hedera. You know, we know Archa absolutely do use Hedera. It's their kind of preferred blockchain, if you will. Let's now very quickly show you guys an actual live sending of funds through this service.
Okay, so what you can see here is my account with Tom Next. I can click the money market that I'm interested in, and I can just take almost the entire amount. I decide which account I'm going to use, and I'm going to buy £500,000 worth of money market, and this will be the quickest money market transaction you've ever seen. And it's done. I'm now a proud owner of £500,000. Thank you very much.
They're really revolutionizing a $6 trillion industry. The money market fund industry is, like I say, it's at record levels, obviously on the back end of interest rates being where they're at, meaning there's this kind of risk-free parking of money, and you're getting like a 6% annual yield at the moment, sometimes slightly higher than that, and that's not far off a kind of annual return for the likes of the S&P, which obviously has a lot more risk involved in it. So that is all from me, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to become a subscriber of the channel because we're going to be dropping lots of Hedera content. It's really sort of stoked a fire up within me. All the kind of FUD and the haters that came out in regards to Hedera, we're going to be combating them. We're going to be putting them in their place over the coming months and years. We're going to be here for a long time. So do become a subscriber so you don't miss all of that. On that note, I'm going to love and leave you. Thank you very much for watching, guys. See you all in the next one.